Hi guys, Steve here. In this video I brought together all the fastest flyers in Ark to do a speed test to see which is the king of speed. The fastest, the quickest, who's got a rocket up their ass. But before I do, please like, subscribe, click the bell notifications and all, and share with your friends as it will help me out with YouTube. I spawn all the creatures in at level 150, then give them extra points in stamina. We have a Pteranodon, the first true speeder. Its roll ability gives it a boost of speed. A Phoenix, which was one of the hardest tames. Now with my latest video, which I'll link at the end, is one of the easiest and I can tame a level 50 in 2 minutes. The newest addition, the Tropo, which is cheating a bit because it's got a jetpack on its back. I'm expecting good things from this one. The Snow Owl can pick up fast speed in its dive bomb ability. You've got to fly up and get height to be able to dive down, so it evens out a bit when it's not high up. The Griffin, the original dive bomber, which is one of the best flyers but also needs height to dive down. The Wyvern, which is naturally fast. The originals don't have a boost ability but they've got a good top speed. The Crystal Wyvern is faster than the original. Plus the tropical ones do have a boost ability if it touches water, so it's sure to be one of the fastest. And one of my favourite creatures, the Gasbag. It farts to blow itself forward, which makes it really quick and can go a long way, but it's not that manoeuvrable and fairly tricky to ride. And here's our lineup again. Everyone's set to go. Let's have a little game. Place your bets in the comment box below, of which flyer will be first, second and third. Right, we're going to fly to that rock point in the distance. I'm going to give you a time for that, go in a straight line. Then we're going to turn around and come back and give you a final time for how long it takes to return. Then we're going to look at all the different times and see which ones are fastest. Let's start with a Pteranodon. I'm going to do 2 runs with this, one without doing a barrel roll, so that'll be normal flight. And the second one I'll be using a barrel roll whenever I can. Let's get on it. And start. I'm expecting this into my normal flight to be one of the slowest. So 13.35 seconds in a straight line. I put a transmitter down, so I'm going to cross that line to finish. And just over 28 seconds to return. Right, that's the first time set. Now I'm going to get into position where I started from before. Do same again, but this time I'll be using barrel rolls. So it should be a fair bit quicker. .11.44 in a straight line. And 24.44 returning. So that's about 4 seconds quicker in that short distance. Okay, now it's a Phoenix time. This has a super speed burn glide ability. I wouldn't have put this in the mix because it was so hard to tame before, but with my new video I've made it one of the easiest tames in game. And it's really quick, so I wanted to test it against the other fast flyers. That's why I'm making this video. Right, I need to be high enough above the ground for it to work. Hold down space. Super flame glide ability engaged. It's really quick, innit? That's 9.33 in a straight line, over 2 seconds faster than a Pteranodon with roll ability. I have to turn out of glide mode and start it again when I'm looking in the right direction. And 22.55 on a return trip. 2 seconds faster than a Pteranodon, but I lost some time because I had to go out of glide mode to turn around. But it's still quicker. And in a straight line over a long distance, the Phoenix would absolutely annihilate a Pteranodon. So it's definitely worth taming one now, so check out my video. Now let's go on to the dive bombers. These are going to be a bit tricky because you need enough height to dive down to get fast speed. So I'm going to have a couple of goes on them, then pick which I think's the best run. I'm going to start with the original Griffin. I've done a video on the best trap and tame method for these as well, if you want to check it out. I've got to get enough height so I can dive down. Yes, these would always win if you just started on a high cliff and then just dropping down. But what goes down must come up again. 11.56 on a straight run, which is a fraction slower than a Pteranodon with a barrel roll, but I had to gain height for that one, which I've got now, so I'll be able to dive down and a return trip should be a lot quicker. 21.54, and it was 1 second quicker than a Phoenix, and 3 seconds faster than a Pteranodon with a barrel roll. Next we're going to do a snow owl, which is also a dive bomber, and again I'm going to do a couple of runs and then pick the best one. Got to get enough height again. Keep moving forward. That should be enough. Dive down. Pull up just before you're about to hit the ground. The response feels a little bit softer than a griffin. 15.16. Wow, over 4 seconds slower than a griffin. Maybe because I flew more vertical at the start. But I did a test where I didn't, and that was actually slower. It does feel less responsive than a griffin, and you have to turn sooner. 30.16. But it wasn't the greatest run because I wasn't sweeping up and down over time. It's nearly 8 seconds slower than a griffin, and it's the first time I've flown them back to back. But it'll get another chance at the end. Stay tuned. Next we have a Wyvern, one of the best flyers and a good all-rounder. It's naturally fast, so you should go in a straight line pretty quick. It might lose some time when it's turning around. .10, nearly 2 seconds faster than a griffin, but 1 second slower than a Phoenix. What's its return time going to be though? I'm expecting a good top mark from this one. 24.12, 2.5 seconds slower than a griffin, and 1 second slower than a Phoenix. I think easy to be able to fly for longer though, and carry more, plus it's got the best attack damage. Now it's time for the Crystal Wyvern's run. Now it seemed fast when you're flying it on Crystal Isles, but because you don't have the different Wyverns there from the other maps, I didn't compare them, and they turn out to be quite a bit faster than the original Wyverns. And keep in mind also, when this thing touches water, it gives it a speed boost and goes even faster. 8.48, the first flyer under 9 seconds. Obviously I won't be using a water boost because there's no water at this part of the map. And crosses the line at 20.36, nearly 4 seconds faster than the original Wyvern. You can probably take another second or two off that if you were crossing water. Now we come to one of my favourites, one of the best creatures in Ark, the Gasbag. Yes, it floats instead of flies, but I'm still counting it. It should be okay going in a straight line, but turning to come round might be a bit of a problem. I'm going to have to stop the forward thrust about halfway, otherwise I'll end up going into the sky at the top of the map. And this thing's not very manoeuvrable, so I'm going to have to turn around before I even get to the point. 12.59, about 2 seconds faster than a snow owl, and only 1 second slower than a griffin. This thing's the trickiest to fly though. You've got to keep an eye on how much air it has. This is one of the reasons why I love it. It's quick to get you around, way better than a Quetzal, and one of the best tanks in game. Plus it wiggles its ass when it walks as well. 32 seconds. A very respectable time. 2 seconds slower than Snow Owl, but 12 seconds slower than a Crystal Wyvern. Turning around and not going too high slowed it down. But in a straight line it's really good and it can carry more than anything else. Now we come to the Tropognathus, and I saved this one for last because I'm expecting it to win. Well, it's kind of cheating and does have a jetpack on its back, so it's not doing it naturally, but it'll be interesting to see how fast it is compared to the others. Okay, let's start this jet fighter up. It's a bit loud, the screen shakes a bit. This is going to have an advantage turning around as it can do it in an instant. 8.48, exactly the same time as a Crystal Wyvern, but this thing can turn much faster. There's across the line at 18.02, over 2 seconds faster than a Crystal Wyvern, and just under 4 seconds faster than a Griffin. So yes, a Tropo is the fastest, but it's kind of cheating because you got to use a jetpack saddle. If I had a normal one, it would be as fast as a Tapajara, so we'll be beaten by most of the creatures here. Right, what I'm going to do now is get all the creatures up on screen at once, then they're all going to take off together, do the course, and you'll be able to see in real time which one's the fastest. And that's all the finishing times. However, that's all the flyers without being imprinted on. For example, if you tame an owl or raise one without imprinting on it, it'll come out with 100% movement speed. However, if you then imprint on it, it goes up to 120 movement speed, making it a lot faster. And the same is also true for the Gasbag. Normally it comes out with 100% movement speed, but if you fully imprint on it, it comes out at 120 movement speed. It doesn't seem to apply to the other flyers, as you tame them you already get a boost in speed. So therefore, to be fair, I've got to run these two again. Let's start off with Mr. Tooty, the snow owl, this time with 120% movement speed instead of 100. A lot of it is down to how well you can fly this owl as well over this terrain. You need to get enough height and dive bomb down without hitting the ground. 12:56. That's over 2 seconds faster than before. I'm flying it quite a bit better as well. I think that's helping. And its new time is 24 seconds, over 6 seconds faster than before. That's quite a bit better, isn't it? And it helped out flew it perfectly. Now let's give a Gasbag another chance. This has gone up from 100% movement speed to 120%. I'll try and fly it a bit better as well. Reached a point at 10:25, 2.5 seconds faster than before. Managed to turn it around a lot better as well. And across the line at 24:31, just over 7.5 seconds faster. It was a much better run. So as you can see guys, imprinting on those two helped quite a lot. Let's get all the flyers together again, and I'll show you the new scores of these now I've imprinted on them. Now you know the fastest flyers. Thanks for watching. If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, click the bell notifications on all and share with your friends, as it'd be nice to see you next time. Goodbye.